welcome to this edition of Family Matters. In today's edition, we shall be talking about a new publication on marital issues titled The Marital Journey, Follow the Right Path. It is by Mr. Nkwain John Paul, and we are pleased to have him here in our studios to talk to us about this very new publication. You're welcome to our studios.
Thank you, Charles.
Can you briefly present yourself to us?
I am Nkwain John Paul Sam. I hail from Bafmen in the Northwest region. Professionally, I am a human development expert.
You've just published a book titled The Marital Journey. What is your motivation for publishing this book?
The majority of problems that come before me are marital problems, and that gave me the inspiration to come up with such a masterpiece so as to easily tackle the problems and not just wait for people to come meet me, but me going out to reach them too, so that we arrest certain social ills which are actually taking root in our society. And besides, the society starts from the family, and that's where I drew the inspiration from.
And how come somebody who is not yet married is so much at ease to talk about issues of marriage?
The first thing is that I had to publish this book before getting married so that people won't judge me based on my status.
That's right.
Many people who are married, when they complain or do one or two things, everybody say you are talking from experience. That notwithstanding, I have studied marriage. I did philosophy, and part of our course is talking on marriage. I have also worked with couples. I have lived in Cameroon and out of Cameroon, and I've stayed in families. Therefore, I think in addition to my hard studies, it's nothing much. And besides, the book talks about a journey. So marriage is a journey, and it starts with friendship, which I've experienced. From friendship, we go to love. From love, we go to relationship. We go to suitoring. We go to courtship, and all of that I've experienced.
Yes, tell us about this journey, because I realized that in the first chapter of the book, you talk so much about love, friendship, suitoring, courtship, and things like that.
Yes.
All of these signposts along this path that you're talking about.
Yeah, the goal of marriage, though we always say for better, for worse, but I think the goal for marriage is happiness. And your happiness, we could liken it to, say, an ocean. So the different parts could be likened to maybe rivers and streams which are emptying themselves in the ocean. Therefore, whoever is aspiring to get married begins from a path. And that path should lead to the ocean, like we say, which is happiness.
Where does
it begins anywhere. It's just for you to follow the right path, leading to happiness. So wherever you begin, there's a path, let's say going downstream, which should empty itself in the ocean. And I've outlined the path from friendship to love and relationship, to suitoring, to courtship, and eventually the two of you declaring to the competent authority and witnesses that you are married.
Should all marriages start with friendship, and then from friendship to love, from love to suitoring, from suitoring to courtship? Must it follow this linear path? We've seen some marriages that just crop up, and then the guy comes and say, well, we're getting married next week. And we think that probably he's joking. And then the next thing we see, they are signing the marriage certificate in front of the civil status registrar.
Yes, these paths must be followed. Like I say, nobody knows where you will meet their partner. So if you just meet in a week and you hurriedly declare that you are married, you definitely must build that friendship, build the love, build the relationship, and build everything in your state. And that state now is a state which you have declared that you are married. So it's not like there is a hard and fast rule that you must pass through this state and that state and the other state, but it's just that you must follow this path to live in happiness.
You must get to know
You must get to know your partner, whether you are married or not. And to know your partner should begin with friendship. We should not fall in the trap of saying, okay, because I'm a graduate, because I've done biology, because I'm a doctor, because I am a pilot, therefore I'm qualified for marriage. No, marriage is a journey on its own. And to better experience that journey, you must follow some of these paths.
Talk to us briefly about the things that happen along each of these signposts. Let's start with friendship. What happens during friendship?
Well, the human being is a social being, and a human being must relate. Therefore, you have to relate. That is friendship. When you start relating, you definitely meet people whose views are contrary to yours. There are people who may not like just your appearance. It doesn't mean that they hate you, but that is friendship. And as you get along, you want to particularize, be it for professional reasons, be it for marital reasons, be it for religious reasons. That now gives you what we call love. Love has different parts too, but we are talking about love for something.
When you say you love somebody, why are you looking at that person? Is it the person's personality? Is it his possessions, his wealth, his intelligence, or his or her intelligence, her creativity? What are you looking for in love?
Love is a feeling which must be controlled by reasoning. If you don't include reasoning in it, therefore it can flow through what we may call infatuation. It can flow through any other thing and it will be very destructive. So as human beings, we must put into it reasoning. Therefore, love may be said to be blind, whereby you turn a deaf ear to certain shortcomings of your partner. And this book is how to point out or to interpret some of those nuances that we don't understand.
What's the difference between suitoring and courtship?
Suitoring is looking for a partner. Courtship, it's somebody you've met and you think that you can spend the rest of your life together. So you could say recommendably at least for 6 months, study each other to see if you can get on for life as couple.
When you say suitoring is looking for a partner, I can get some people trying to imagine, where should I get that partner from? I'm definitely looking for a partner. I don't know where to get a partner from.
Well, women are more receptive and men are more outgoing. A woman could say, I am open. And a man could say, I am single and searching. Just let yourself know and that means be open. Anywhere you could meet your partner. You have
in
to
taxis, in churches,
in weddings, social gatherings.
And when you see that person, you enter into the period of courtship.
Yes. You don't just go into courtship. You start as friends. You develop that love. You develop that relationship. And now you go into courtship. So courtship means that this person know that.
What happens during courtship?
Courtship could involve
visiting families.
Definitely, you visit families. You move along together. You have dates together. Definitely, you could go to church together. You get to know what the person likes, what the person doesn't like. You get to see if you can fill up the space which is lacking in one another. That's why we say, human beings, it's a social being, and you are trying to be dependent on each other. So you definitely get to see if you can be dependent. If you cannot, I will advise and strongly so that you separate, irrespective of the fact that you have announced to the whole world that this is your future partner.
Sometimes during courtship, people don't show their real colors. Their nails are tilted inwards into their palms. And so courtship periods may result into decisions that sometimes we later on regret having taken those decisions in life.
Most of the concern are not real during courtship, and that is the effect. When I talk about being real, I mean a situation whereby if you don't like this particular attitude of your partner, you declare it there. If it can be amended or remedied, fine. If it cannot, you definitely don't go about it. Courtship is a path that should end up either you go ahead or you separate. It's not bad.
Try to guide these young people who are looking for partners. During the period of courtship, what should they watch out for? What are the details, the minute details they should pay attention to in trying to make a decision?
You should watch out for pretense, in the sense that if I call you on phone and say, baby, please meet me somewhere, and you are tired, simply tell me you're tired. If this is what you like putting on, just put it on. There's no point pretending in a situation where you are going to leave it for life. And put aside third parties. You could meet your parents and find out their opinion. You could go to the village and find out. But definitely you are the ultimate decision taker. And you should decide. Put aside shame. Yes, I may not begin to give you some experiences, but I have encountered situations where I tell the couple, please separate. Some of them went ahead, and in 2 weeks after the church wedding, they separated. It didn't even reach 2 weeks.
Just 2 weeks?
Yeah, they separated.
What happened? What mistake did they make?
Because in the marital home, immediately they got married, what I learned was that the husband gave her a slap, and that was all. Unfortunately, they didn't even do the courtship because it was a distant relationship. That's why, for me, you should follow all the paths. Like I say, marriage is a situation where you go to declare to the competent authority. When I say the competent authority, I mean the priest, the pastor, the mayor, or the family head in terms of tradition. So you could begin every other process, and when you see that you are okay, you go and declare.